Hi guys, welcome back to Secret to Your Salesman Strategy. So with this section, with this video, what we'll do is we'll just go through some ideas and as to what your strategy is going to be in order to move yourself forward. So the main thing in terms of strategy, I think, is that we have to have a structure. We have to have a framework that we can repeat. That way we can duplicate it. So it is I keep saying that what we're doing. It's not rocket science. No one's going to die in the sales process here. What you want to do is make it as easy as you possibly can for yourself to keep doing it over and over and over again. So sales is a numbers game. It is a matter of, he who contacts the most people wins, basically. But in order to do that, and in order for you to be able to move forward and contact the people and speak to the people and set the appointments and sell the houses and sell your product and sell your online course, sell your whatever it is that you need to exchange money for. You need a structure. So it varies between industries, but pretty much your repeatable process is going to be, how are you going to contact them? How do we, do we do face to face? Do we do, a cold call? Do we do, an information product over the internet? Do we need to set up a sales funnel? Do we need to do Facebook ads? Do we need to do, media advertising? Do we need to contact the CEO of the, building company? So those variations in the industries all have the same process. So as long as you can build a process, and not as long as you can, you need to build a process, and it's just, again, a framework. So you just need to frame it so that you can repeat it. So that's the first thing. Make sure that you have that, and it's obviously going to consist of how you're going to contact your people, how you're going to see them, how you're going to present, how you're going to do your follow-up, how you're going to deliver. So that's part of the strategy. Second thing is that you need to understand who your client is. You need to do your research. And your research is not just on the person you're actually speaking to, it's on the industry they're involved in, it's on the products that they're looking to buy or that you sell or you've got to offer to them. So you need to treat your client as as gold, basically. So you do need to look after them, but in terms of understanding them, you need to treat them. You need the ideal customer being who you want them to be. So when you're in your prospecting process, when you're looking for them, you're looking for your avatar. You need to create an avatar. Who are they? What is the demographic? How old are they? Are they male? Are they female? What income level are they in? What car do they drive? What food do they eat? Where do they hang out? What Facebook groups do they belong to? Do they belong to, the Rotary? Do they fly aircraft? Do they, eat? I was going to say Vegemite, but Vegemite being an Australian item. So the more you understand them, the more you study your avatar, your ideal customer, you gives you a better understanding. So when you actually get in front of them, you understand their program. You're putting yourself in their shoes, and you can it will make your life easier for you. I think that video was bouncing around a bit, wasn't it? I was getting a bit excited. Sorry about that. So understand who the client is. Understand how you're going to go about it. What industry they're in and what problem of theirs you're going to solve. So also, with your research, it's what's been termed as the sale before the sale. So, it's just understanding how you're going to approach them, which is a lot of times the most difficult step in the process. So just be aware of your research and your sale before the sale program. So when you actually get to your client, that in order for them to like you, one of the easiest things to do, one of the best conversations you can have, is to find out what is of interest to them. What are their hobbies? What are they into? Because you need to break the ice. You need to get them to be on your side of the fence. So, or you really need to get on their side of the fence. So, they can see that you're a real person, and they're going to respect what you've got to say. So, hobbies is awesome, and one of the best questions you can ever ask them is, what do you do? What's your hobby? If you look around in their office and, you see a mirror over here, or plants or something, oh, do you like plants? Or, where did that mirror come from? Or, so if you can get a conversation, they go, oh, that mirror, that we bought that, 10 years ago, and we were down in Paran Market down here, and it was awesome. It was a mirror that was, from an antique shop. So we've got a conversation. So if they've got, photos of their children, or photos of their pets, or the big, marlin fish hanging up on the wall, or whatever. So, that's the easiest way. That's, if you can get to, your strategy would be to get them to understand that you are interested in what they've got to say and what their life is about. So, and also, it is one of those things, he who asks the question controls the conversation. So your job is to find out as much information as you can about them. So by asking the questions, what do you do? What do you do for entertainment? Do you have any children? What food do you like to eat? Obviously these things you need to tailor. Some people are just going to give you the, hang on a second, mate. We need to, back up a section. So, but if you ask the questions, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, so, use them in those proportions as well. So be a good listener. That's a must. And like I said, if you are the one that's asking the questions, you're going to be a lot further down the track. And probably, one of the best questions or processes is, like, if you're in the sales technique, if you're in your, or utilizing your strategy and your methodology, if you're getting rejections or whatever they say, it's just like, why? Why do you say that? Why do you find that? Why? So why is awesome? Why is that happening? And why don't you like that color? Why? Very, very good question. And then when they give you an objection, or some reason, you go, oh, in addition to that, is there something else that you find interesting or not interesting, or whatever the conversation was leading down and through, by asking the why, you can follow it up with in addition to that. So in terms of strategy, like I said, that's the things that we need to look after, and creating your structure for a repeatable process. Do your research, the sale before the sale, again, which links back into your research. Be a good listener, and he who asks the questions controls the conversation. So with that, we'll move on to secret 3 in the next video. Thanks, guys.